Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading for September 2023. This is going to be for Pisces Sun, Moon, or Rising. Those intuitively guided. You may be in love with a Pisces. I know many of you are. Or you may have planets in the sign of Pisces. Whatever brought you, I want to say welcome. I'm very grateful that you chose this video. I hope you stick around to the end, because that is really where I feel like, the cherry on the top is at. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into your reading, guys. We're going to use 3 different decks. We're going to use Mother Mary for our words of wisdom. I'm going to use the Crystal Vision for you. And I chose the Crystal Vision because I'm going to use the Good Tarot for your main spread, your main tarot spread. And I love the Good Tarot with Crystal Vision. There's certain decks I feel like they just work so well together. So that's what we're going to use. Let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, we're going to start with Mother Mary. By the way, all the cards are pre-shuffled. That's really when I am meditating on your energy, picking up any messages that you may need to hear or that your guides would like you to hear. Sometimes they're messages that you just missed. You know what I mean? So your guides will use whatever avenue they can to get important messages to you. So this is partly what I do. I read through my spirit guides. I use the cards as tools to help ignite my intuition or the messages. So we're going to begin. Okay, well, that did not take long at all. Mother Mary, what say you, Mother Mary? Mother Mary says, present moment. Present moment, I'm getting this a lot. I feel like this is good news, though, because, it's like judgment. Judgment is the energy of calling you to the present moment, because there's about to be some type of rebirth. And, if it's coming from your spiritual team, and I feel like it means also that it's one of the seeds that your soul planted, probably before you even came into this lifetime. So something is coming to fruition, and it's calling you to the present moment so you can notice it. Remember, when miracles or blessings come, a lot of times it requires our action. You know what I mean? They don't always just land in our lap, so there may be some type of action, but listen, it's worth it. So, present moment. I am fully present in the here and now. I'll read this from the book at the end of the reading. I just find that's where it's most profound. It always ties back into the reading, and again, it's like the cherry on top. All right. Let's bring in the Good Tarot and give him a couple shuffles. The reason I shuffle online is because I like you seeing me shuffling. You know what I mean? Like, I like you to know that this, I don't know. I hope many of you trust me by now, but it just lets you see that, it's coming free-willed. All right, we're going to take that. Well, hello, Sun. We'll take that as your first card. First of all, well, it's a card of Leo. It's the ruler of Leo. But the Sun certainly speaks about a new day, a brand new day, a brand new opportunity. When the sun shows, there's nothing to fear, because everything is illuminated. Anything that's dark that wants to come towards you, the sun's going to illuminate that. Now, it is up to you. You know what I mean? Like this, I feel like your guides will illuminate or send you, like if it's negative, red flags. But it is up to you to pay attention to that. And again, sometimes your guides will use different ways to reach you. But this is beautiful. This is like the inner child coming out. This is, when I think of the inner child, I think free, unencumbered, playful, all that. So I love that for your first card. All right, let's shuffle. The sun will come out tomorrow. All right. We have, well, there you go. There's Judgment. Tying right back to Mother Mary. So this is your spiritual team. This is about truth, first and foremost. But this is also about some type of rebirth, like I said, that wants to open up in, it can be starting you on a whole new path. And I don't know. I feel excited about it. We have, well, hello, Knight of Cups. An unexpected cup of fulfillment. Coming in the light. This is great. This is great so far. First of all, we have two major arcanas. But the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups is about, something like a cup of fulfillment that's coming towards you, but I can't really plan for it. Now, doesn't mean I can't have my vibration. If my vibration is high, then the universe is going to meet that with something of a high vibration. Keep that in mind. Look at this, 2 knights back to back. Wow, this is the Knight of Pentacles. And I often read the Knight of Pentacles as your guardian angel. The Knight of Pentacles, it's funny because the Knight of Cups is about an unexpected cup of fulfillment. And the Knight of Pentacles is what brings it in. Knight of Pentacles is something that's coming into your physical world. It's tangible. You can touch it. You can smell it. If it's love, if it's a person, it's telling you it's coming into your physical world. So I feel like even though this is unexpected, expect it. The Knight of Pentacles also talks about the right time. Like, I don't come before the right time. And maybe you being in the present moment is really what this Knight is waiting for, right? Waiting for you to be present, not stuck in the past or, that type of energy. Let's keep going. Well, hello, 6 of Cups. Something very interesting is happening here. 6 of Cups to me, well, it means a few different things. It's about treasured memories, happy memories. Some of you, when it's connected to the sun, you can talk about someone that you used to know, like from your childhood or your early years. Early years can, depending on your age, like, I'm in my 60s, so, to me, you can go up into the 20s. But if this is a person, this is someone that you would have happy memories about. Now, it doesn't always mean that, let's say I was with this person and at a young age, but it didn't work out. Well, sometimes it's just not meant to work out at that time. But, it's like my life story, person that I found love with when I was 15, I am now together with we got together in my 50s. So, completely unexpected, right? Completely unexpected, and it brought this person into my physical world. So, 9 of Swords. Wah, wah. Okay. Too bad that the 9 of Swords is out because everything else is so beautiful, but this is definitely energy we can overcome because the 9 of Swords talks about unnecessary worry. Judgment is the one that's really bringing this out, as is the 6 of Cups. So this is, where I allow my thought system or my worry to override, the potential of what this is. Now, again, it's unnecessary worry. It's a 9, so it doesn't want you to reflect upon that. Like, why does my head go there? Like, why do I start, like something good comes towards me? Why do I get nervous? Why do I get afraid? Probably has something to do with a previous relationship or a previous experience. But it's saying that it's still affecting you today. 9 is about final reflection so that you can gain the wisdom and then close the door. And I feel like, as a human, because what we want to remember is we're a spiritual being having human experiences. I feel like this is a very human type energy. But this is something you can definitely overcome. That fear may raise its ugly head for a second, but I feel like you're stronger than that. Like you can overcome that, and your spiritual team knows that at the same time. Okay, let's keep going. I'm liking your reading a lot already, Pisces. Those things just slap themselves down. Alright, I'm going to turn these around. I'm not going to read reversals. We have the King of Pentacles. Can be a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. But I have to tell you, coming next to the Nine of Swords, I feel like this is a worry. Like part of my worry is, will someone be loyal? Will I be able to trust them? Well, the Sun being the very first card, again, what's ever done in the dark will come to the light. And this makes me feel like, yes, you can trust them. Now, the King of Pentacles could also be bringing in some type of opportunity. Remember, the Messenger or the Knight of Cups, it's a cup of fulfillment that's coming your way. It doesn't always have to mean love, even though we do have the Six of Cups at the same time. But it can also talk about an opportunity to bring like a dream that you had back alive, like bringing it alive again. Something that may have like sat on a shelf. Right? Like maybe I had to raise my kids or what have you. Or I couldn't afford to do what I wanted to do. This feels like it gives you another opportunity. The dream didn't go anywhere. But for some of you, this is talking about a person who I feel like is coming in the light. Wow. Ace of Pentacles. Let me tell you why I just said wow. Because it's coming right under the Knight of Pentacles. And this Knight, and when I see a Knight, I always feel that a Knight is going to complete their mission. Whether you choose to accept it or not is up to you. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm thinking of like Mission Impossible. Like, do you choose to accept this mission? Yes. I accept it. Ace of Pentacles is coming into your physical world. And this is meant to expand your life, to expand your soul. Excuse me, just 1 second.
I need to set up tweeters.
Okay, sorry about that. I had a knock at the door. So anyways, how beautiful. Like the Knight of Pentacles says, I'm going to bring you in this pentacle, right? This pentacle is meant to expand your life in some way. And then boom, it shows up like right away. So I feel like, I don't know what changed. I just feel like you must be very open to this. All right, let's see what else we have. Well, Two Swords. Interesting. As soon as I said I feel like you're open to this, the Two Swords comes out. Two Swords can be the energy of wearing a blindfold, right? There's something I don't want to see. It can be blocking an opportunity. But in the same breath, it may be just like taking your time with something. Because the Nine of Swords is here, I do feel like it must relate to your past and, it must relate to previous experiences that would create that type of energy. I do like that we've gone from the 9 down to the 2, however. To me, that's progression. It's almost like I've been working on myself. I've looked back and I've understood like those who treated me wrong or those who cheated on me maybe didn't deserve me anyway. Sometimes I feel like the universe saves us by sometimes removing us from certain people, certain energies. So this is some type of blindfold that would serve you just to take it off. Because I feel like the longer I wear this blindfold, the bigger that the monster I'm trying to hide from becomes. I feel like as soon as I rip off the blindfold, it's like, wow, what was I thinking? What was I fearful of? Okay. I'm going to bring these up just a little bit. Give myself a little bit more room. Actually, let me bring the lid down while I'm doing that. And let's keep going. You know, I'm seeing this 9 right next to this King of Pentacles, and for some of you, it could represent a Virgo, which is your opposite sign, by the way. And that can be confusing because you are opposites. However, I feel like opposites really help fulfill each other. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like what Virgo lacks, Pisces can help fulfill, and vice versa. Now, that is not for everyone, but I do want to, mention that. Dang it. 7 of Swords. Okay, well, at least the swords are all coming in one block, and judgment is over them. So your spiritual team is, like, very proactive. Showing you, where your blocks may be. 7 of Swords can talk about untrustworthy energy, but it's coming under the 9 of Swords, which again is unnecessary worry. So I feel like it's talking about your past, yes. It is talking about potentially someone who was untrustworthy. They call this a thief in the night type of energy. But I do feel like you cleared that energy. Like, I don't feel like this is the same energy. I feel like it's been cleared, but maybe the pain of it has been carried forward. Like, where would my worry be? Well, I worry that someone will come in and cheat on me. Be, not speak the truth. I'll have to worry if they're speaking the truth. But your spiritual team's like, but this isn't them. And even if this, let's just say for a second, because we do have the 6 of Cups, let's say that potentially this is someone from your past, and maybe they did do something that was untrustworthy. You're the one who has to, first of all, you do want to forgive. Now, that doesn't mean you have to reach out and be like, I forgive you for your act. You're not forgiving the act. You're just no longer willing to carry the hurt and the energy of it. Sometimes people act this way because they don't know better. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's immature energy, and we got to give some people credit. Not all people, but some people, they grow. They learn. They had reflection. Strength card. Well, there you go. The ability to overcome. By the way, we got double Leo on the board. The Strength card is the boldness of, or the willingness to look within yourself. And first of all, you have to understand how strong you really are, right? There are definitely things in life that knock us down, but we have to learn how to get back up again, right? I mean, or we don't. But if we don't, then our life will probably remain the same. But this is saying that you have that ability. I feel like this is really finding that spirit warrior within yourself. This is understanding that we all carry light and dark, masculine and feminine. This can talk about dealing with your own demons. And I feel like right now, those demons would be your thoughts. Eight, a new beginning. 8, the number of infinity, as above, so below. no beginning, no end. Even if on this physical plane there feels like there was an end, truth be told, there really isn't. All right, let's keep going. And then the Emperor. Card of Aries. But you know, for some of you it's an Aries. And we do have Aries and Leo here side by side. We got double Leo on the board. You know, I'm not going to go into all the signs, but let's talk about the Emperor for a second. Because the Emperor is mirrored by the Two of Swords, if this is a person that, you know, that's bringing in this couple fulfillment, that is literally coming into your world, your life, the Two of Swords would say, maybe at one time, I couldn't look up to this person. But now this person, and by the way, he did come in the upright. So the knight, or the Emperor, is someone who, you know, we should be able to look up to. This is someone who really becomes the leader of the people. This can even be you. It can signify an opportunity to create some type of business for yourself. It can even be promotions, that type of thing. I feel like this is really good as it relates to career or self-employment, or just your finances. But the Emperor, again, is the leader of the people. But the Emperor leads the people because the Emperor has been there, done that. I feel like for some of you, though, it's representing, or it's giving, or it's saying to you that if this is someone of the past, as the Six of Cups could signify, that they have definitely matured. First and foremost, there may be quite a period of time in between, because I definitely feel like they have matured. I feel like they are of integrity. Like, I don't know why I got that word, but integrity. And I feel like that's important. It's important to know that. Interesting, because the Strength card, you often see a lion with a male or a female and, you know, a human. And it's talking about being able to tame that lion. And then in this deck, I don't think I've ever noticed this before, but this person's, they are a lion. They're being shown as that lion. Alright, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Well, hello, Destiny. What's it called here? Fortune's Wheel. Fortune's Wheel. So, let's take a second and let's go back. Way back to Mother Mary, where Mother Mary's saying, come to the present moment. And then the sun. It's a brand new day, right? The light, it's like the light, everything is being illuminated. There's nothing to fear. You know, again, anything that comes in the dark will be illuminated to you. You'll see those red flags, but I don't feel like this is, I have to worry about the red flags here. I feel like it's quite the opposite. Maybe I feel like, oh, I know there's going to be a red flag, but lo and behold, there's not. Especially with these two knights out here. And again, I feel like the Knight of Pentacles often is your guardian angel. You know, it's the guide who steps forward to really help expand your earthly life, right? Your soul's expansion. And the Knight is promising, it's bringing in an Ace of Pentacles, and I'll be damned, it shows immediately. So, you're moving into a destined time. You know, that's good news, because many of us have to go through karmic lessons, and we can fight them, you know, and ignore them or what have you, but these lessons, once we learn them, you know, and that's really what it's about, learning these lessons so that I do not have to repeat it. and it doesn't guarantee us that we're going to learn it in this lifetime. But I feel like the opportunity to learn these karmic lessons, and sometimes it's a karmic partner, like, how did I end up here? See who's under the wheel. The Eight of Swords. Self-created prison. 7, 8, 9 of Swords. So these swords are what's got to go. Why? Because the wheel is now turning. And the sun is here to help illuminate. First of all, I feel like the sun is here to help you feel good about this. All right, let's bring in the crystal vision. Let's get right into going deeper. Let's figure out what everything is here for. Give it a couple shuffles. All right, let's give him a cut. Virgo in me, don't hold that against me, but the Virgo in me likes my cards like in line. All right, so we're going to start at the top line, but we're still reading it as a whole. We're looking at the Sun, Judgment, the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. Look at this, the Seven of Pentacles. Well, that makes complete sense with the wheel here, and especially what I was talking about right at the beginning of the reading. This is about your soul seed of intentions. These are seeds that you planted, and one of them, if not two of them, are coming to blossom. It's harvest time. I don't think it's all the seeds, because I feel like, these seeds are they're like spaced apart, but I do feel like two of them are now coming to fruition. When I see the Seven of Pentacles, I feel the energy of what's meant to be, what my soul wanted to experience. And by the way, my soul doesn't just want to experience love and abundance. My soul, at least the majority of our souls, not everyone, because I'm thinking like a life path 8, and a life path 8 really is about the material world and really making a name for oneself. So I don't think everyone came here just to expand the soul, but maybe that helps expand the soul too. So anyways, this is the energy of patience, first and foremost. And maybe you've had that patience. And now it's time, I feel like, for action. It's a number 7. We're in the universal year 7. She has, she has her bounty in her lap. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seeds on the tree. Well, that would make sense, because 2, I feel like, are coming into the present day moment. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords. This could be some type of communication coming your way. This may be how something reaches you through, like the good old telephone line, through social media. But because it's coming over Judgment, I feel like, again, there's nothing I need to fear here, even though the Nine of Swords is here, but that's unnecessary worry. So, the Knight of Swords, to me, is truth. It's authentic. It's all that. And again, I feel like the knights are sent by the king or the queen. Now you have 3 knights. But I feel like this is telling us more of how something's going to arrive, how how these, well, I feel like blessings are going to arrive. All right. The Fool. Beautiful. First of all, because I'm seeing the Fool, I feel like any of these swords that are of a negative or hard type of, energy to clear, I feel like you're able to clear it, because the Fool is doing exactly that. The Fool is not dragging his or her past into the present day moment. The Fool is about the present day moment, but it's also about taking a leap of faith over this cup that's coming in. It also feels like it's opening up a new path for you. I feel like the Fool's very protected. And the Fool also, if you think about like the way Tarot is laid out, the first person, let's say, first mentor or person the Fool reaches is the Magician. And the Magician's job is to teach the Fool that you have everything that you need. You possess everything you need for this next journey. It's within your wisdom. It's within your experiences. But you're not meant to bring like the hardship and all that with you. The Fool to me is also much like the Sun, like free and unencumbered. And yes, I'm going to take a leap. Even if I'm a little bit nervous, I'm still going to take a leap of faith. Okay? So this Knight of Cups is opening up a new path for you. We have the Death card Scorpio. This is about closing doors, though. So I feel like, first of all, this Knight of Cups comes in, and it is an opportunity to begin a new path. Whether it is with someone I've already been with, but if I have been with them, I feel like it's been a while. Now, I'm just picking up on that. But I do feel like it's been, I feel like there's time and distance in between that. So I feel like that's one seed. And now the next seed, the Knight of Pentacles. Now, we know that Pentacles coming in, it's right here. But what's coming before it? The Death card. So just closing these old chapters, the chapters that are no longer needed, by the way, and I feel like it's the swords. Closing these swords out, the 8 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, the 2 of Swords. Be gone with. Be gone with. The Death card, and it also makes sense with Mother Mary saying, I need you in the present moment, as is your spiritual team in Judgment. I need you in the present moment. Why? So that there can be a rebirth. Well, that's the same thing the Death card promises. If you close these old doors, I promise you, there's going to be a rebirth. Coming right over the Knight of Pentacles, I believe it. Because I feel like the Knight of Pentacles is, I've heard it said that the Knight of Pentacles is the most loyal of all the knights. I feel like all the knights are loyal, or all the knights will complete their mission. But there's something very, I feel spiritual. So, the importance of closing doors so that you can have these rebirths. Interesting, because both seem to be giving you rebirths, but potentially in different ways. We have the 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords coming over the 6 of Cups. Following the Death card down. I feel like if this is talking about someone from your past, and again, I feel distance between that, that energy could have definitely been somewhat toxic, right? But I feel like if it was toxic, it was more because it was immature. And it could have been both of us. 5 of Swords is, first of all, I feel like it's also talking to you, because the 9 of Swords definitely belongs to you. The 2 of Swords definitely belongs to you. The Eight of Swords is self-created prison. So we have to see that. Now the Seven of Swords, probably someone else, right? But because of that energy, it's showing like what I've done to myself. Now, I can clear all this energy. Eight of Swords, that self-created prison, you're the one who can set yourself free. You're the one who has to set yourself free, to be honest. So I feel like the Death card is definitely really important here. And it's so these new beginnings can reach me, these new opportunities, these new blessings. So I feel like some of the energy of the Five of Swords is within your thought system. Now, I'm not saying that you didn't have a right to have these thoughts, right? Because someone planted them, right? It's due to experiences that I've had and what have you. But it's a 5, so it doesn't want you to stay in it, right? It's just realizing what's toxic, and the sun right above that. I feel like it's very easy to find it, Sometimes just looking back at patterns in our life and breaking down those patterns. And I feel like once we see certain things, we can't unsee them. And it's like when I know better, I do better. 5 is about change. Interesting, because these two people, they both have swords in their back. So even if one threw another a tower, both of them were still affected in their heart center. The Empress. First of all, we have the Emperor. I love it when I see the Empress and the Emperor in the same reading, especially with these 2 knights, well, 3 knights, and the Ace of Pentacles. I have a feeling we're going to get the Ace of Cups. I just have a feeling. Or soulmates, something. I can feel it. But anyways, the Empress. Let's talk about the Empress, because it's important that we understand her energy. Because first of all, I feel like it's a certain vibration. It's when I no longer allow the pains of the past to affect my present day moment. The Empress is someone who has learned to keep her heart open, right? She remains nurturing, male or female, by the way, because we all carry both energies. The Empress is someone who's very creative, and I love the image of this card because it's like an apple is about to fall on her head, and to me that means an epiphany. It means something new, right? Maybe it's one of these seeds, like boom, right on top of your head. Can't ignore it. But what does the Empress do with these seeds? She puts to use, right? She gives birth to these ideas, these epiphanies. She's a very creative soul. And I often feel the Empress is most alive when she's creating. And that can be in many different ways. She's the mother figure. She's very powerful. She's very strong. I feel like this is saying that once you clear these swords energy, you are the Empress. Male or female again. This is a high vibration. And what else does the Empress require? Let's say that someone is bringing in a cup of fulfillment, a cup of love, let's just say, to her. She would require that it be of truth and honesty, of integrity, all that. Otherwise, she's not going to accept it. Another thing the Empress has learned is energy. Her energetic force, which we all have. And that's what she trusts in. That's what we all need to trust in, right? So if anything's coming negative towards this Empress, she's going to see it, feel it, know it before it even reaches her. She's coming over that 9 of Swords that tells me that you can overcome these difficult thoughts. And again, based on previous actions, based on, somewhere, somehow, someone may have been untrustworthy. Now, that could even be you. We got to remember, it can be either or. We can't always put it on them. Sometimes it's us. But nonetheless, I feel like whoever it was, there's tremendous growth here. And I love that the Emperor and the Empress are in the same reading. All right, let's keep going. Well, there's your card. This is your major arcana. Coming under the Fool. Coming under the Knight of Cups. Over the King of Pentacles. So let's talk about what the moon really means. By the way, also the ruler of Cancer. We have the sun and the moon. We have the Empress and the Emperor. There's certain cards I look for where something could be potentially a twin flame energy. Now, that doesn't matter. Love is love. Right? Love is just love. Love, love, love. Anyway, the moon is very dreamy type energy. So I do feel like, I felt that right from the get-go. Like some of you, there was a dream that was like, put on hold. But I feel like you had to put it on hold. But I feel like now it's coming back. It's coming back full force. The moon can mean uncertainty. But the Empress next to the moon, that's okay. Because again, the sun is here. It's like these two wolves howling at the moon, the full moon. This could talk about, something happening during a full moon or after a full moon. Look at these all came face up. We have the Page of Cups. That's your younger energy. So it's kind of interesting that the Six of Cups is over here because I feel like, for some of you, this is a reconnection. And I know a lot of people are like, why do you always say that, Sandy? Well, because that's life. I do so many personal readings, and I get that all the time. I get emails where people are telling me, you'll never believe who I reconnected with. I myself lived that story. I myself reconnected with someone way back when. So I do feel like this is your younger self. But this is also, the Page of Cups is really learning to love yourself and understand yourself, right? And be kind to yourself. I feel like it's also about allowing yourself to have opportunities, allowing your heart, even if I'm just taking, I feel like a lot of innocence with this energy, but then I have to tie it back over here. So I feel like for some of you, this is talking about you at a younger time. But let's keep going. Well, now we have the King of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. Coming over the Two of Swords. We have the Knight of Swords right up here. So this king would be someone who, with the sun right here, I feel like the sun is the protection. The sun is illuminating everything for you, so you don't need to stay in that worry mode. Interesting because I've used the word integrity a couple times, and this is a king where integrity is important. Truth, honesty. Lie to this king, and this king's out the door. This king demands truth and honesty. And the Queen. And remember, in a reading, you can be, I know I keep saying that, but you can be the king or a queen. And then the World. Look at this. This is why you're being really called to the present moment, because this is the next chapter. This is the next portal. There's no doubt. The World to me is a very spiritual time, if not the most spiritual time in your life. It's like when you start to have real spiritual clarity. And once you have that, life changes. Life is different. It's like I don't worry like I always used to. Something new is opening up, but we already know it's more than one thing. Under the Empress, it's over the Seven of Swords. There's no way I feel like the Seven of Swords is following unless I allow it to follow. And again, that's an energy. So am I going to clear that energy? And if I do clear that energy, then it does not follow. All right. Keep going. Wow. The Wheel. Over the Strength card. Destiny. You know, I feel like sometimes we have to understand that even our difficult lessons are part of our destiny. Again, it's like, you know, some of these difficult lessons, you know, and I think of times where I felt like, you know, I remember like way back when, I know some of you have heard the story, but way back when, after I got divorced, I ended up with, oh my God, such an abusive man. And listen, he didn't start to show that abuse until down the road, but once he did, it was pure hell. And I thought, well, you know, honestly, I thought this will not be my life, but I didn't know how to get out of it until one day I just packed my bags and I moved back home. And that ended it. And I mean, that was 5 years later. What took me so long? Why did I think I was stuck? That's what the Eight of Swords is. I just felt like, you know, and listen, I had left this guy and moved, like, I was in the same town, but moved to probably 5 different places, and his name was Scott, and I always said I'm looking for a Scot-free place, like a, that's not the right word I was looking for, but anyway, but he would find it, and he would break in, and, you know, the abuse would continue. And then one day, I just literally packed up my bag, and it's funny because when I think back, like, I remember calling my mom, and I told my mom, you know, Mom, this, you know, I'm in a very abusive relationship. I don't know what to do. Can I move back home? And she said, no. She said, you made your bed. Now you got to lie in it. And I couldn't believe it. Well, I could, because if some of you know my story, then you understand. But so I stayed there for another year. And then one day I just grabbed my kids, took a bus, and came back home and knocked on the front door. And I said, I don't have a choice. And I was welcomed with open arms. It was amazing. Like, and then it all ended. Like, the abuse ended. That part of my life ended, and a whole new avenue opened up. So sometimes we think we're stuck, but it took my physical movement that saved my life. And I do feel like it literally saved my life. Well, hello, Star. Beautiful. This is about your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. But this is about manifesting them. You know, again, a dream that I feel like has been, you know, put on a back burner is now coming to the front burner. A wish that I've had for so long, but for whatever reason it didn't manifest, but I didn't give up hope. You know, that's what it speaks about. Keeping hope alive in your heart, but letting go of exactly how your dreams have to show, because sometimes they show in completely different ways. You know, if I continue with the story I was just telling you, the next person that entered my life was exactly the type of person I needed. Exactly. And I know this person was God sent. Now, we're not still together, but we remain friends. You know what I mean? And I know that I'm exactly who he needed at that time. So God works in mysterious ways. The Star. Also a card of Aquarius, by the way. Your neighbor. I've been saying that a lot this month. sitting right next to the wheel. The wheel on the bottom of the deck. You know, I feel like if anything, Pisces, your spiritual team is asking you to let go of the past as much as you can. You know, what you can't figure out, let it go. Because I feel like as we move forward in our life, clarity will come. You know, clarity will come. But sometimes we don't need clarity. Sometimes we just need something new. And that's what the Fool is bringing, something new. But it is you who needs to take that leap of faith. You know, again, blessings will show. But it needs our physical action, right? We need to accept them. Say yes to them. You know, why would we say no to them? Well, if we get stuck in this past energy, then I may just say no. But what if this is the best thing that has ever happened to me? But I don't know it until I take a step into it. Wow. You have a lot of beautiful major arcanas on the board. All of them meant to really illuminate your path. All of them meant to enlighten you, enlighten your path. I feel like not only is the potential of love coming in, and when I say coming in, with the Knight of Pentacles right next to the Knight of Cups, coming into your physical world. You know, it may start through the line of communication, but I feel like it will eventually come into your physical world. And I also feel like with the Page of Cups, it may talk about you and your own growth, right? And you reaching either the Empress or the Emperor status. Both of them are the leader of people. And when I say the leader of people, doesn't mean I lead the world, doesn't mean I'm president of the United States, right? It just means that my energy helps to soothe or teach others, whether I know that or not. I love the Emperor and the Empress as a creative duo. Like, if these two want to create something together, not just love, not just a life, but even like a business type energy, there's no stopping them. Ain't no stopping me now. I don't know if I said that the star is also the card of Aquarius. All right, you know, it's like I really don't feel like I need clarity in anything. I feel like it's very, very clear. But still, I'm going to look at a couple things. I'm going to slide this down a little bit, not the bottom cards. Just the top cards. Do it this way. Because I want to look at the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. And by the way, there's the Knight of Swords falling right in line with them. But with the Fool and the Death card. So let's look a little closer at that. Wow. There's the Two of Cups. I knew it. I knew it. This is a soulmate. Now, does it have to mean love? No. We have many different soulmates. Matter of fact, I feel like the majority of us are soulmates. I feel like when we leave this earthly plane, we're all going to meet again in heaven. And I feel like, you know, we're just going to sit down and talk about like the experiences we had. But it does kind of feel like love. Two of Cups. You know, as a tarot reader, I'm always trying to think, like, how can I, because I have such limited space to try to explain your reading to you, how can I get all the points of your reading in, you know, like 10 words? It's very, very hard. So even your thumbnail, I try to make your thumbnail give you an idea of what your reading is about. But this reading seems to be covering all areas of your life. But there's a soulmate. Look at this, the Ace of Swords. So, does this Knight of Swords reach you? Why, yes it does. Yes it does. You know, for some of you, I feel like this is your true soulmate. This is your true purpose. I'm not saying with the soulmate, I'm just saying in your life. You know, if you're creating something, this is your unique, it's unique to you. I love this reading. Look at the flowers. Look at the roses climbing out like that, the vine climbing up that sword. And by the way, the sword is down, so no need to be defensive in this energy. If the sword was up, then I'd be like, okay. But it's not. So you have the Ace of Swords coming right over the Ace of Pentacles. Right next to the Two of Cups. Okay. Let's leave that out. Like, how can I take that away? Let's come down to the World and the Wheel. And let's add the Star in there. I mean, really, it's not that I'm eliminating any cards. Six of Wands. This is the energy of being victorious. And whatever it is that you needed to overcome. Well, we know what it is, those swords. Right? The swords that work against you. The swords that remain in that head. They give you false ideas, false thoughts. You know, but it's based out of reality. You know, I gotta mention that. Like, it is based out of reality, but it's not something that's meant to follow you. Could you imagine, like, you know, we're born with amnesia, because if we remembered, like, every past life or every experience that our soul has ever had, it'd be too much. Reminds me of, I can't think of the name of it, but, you know, someone who remembers every single detail from their whole life. And, you know, like Mary Lou Henner, she's one of them. I think that's her name. But she doesn't feel like it's a blessing. She feels like it's more of a curse. Because that means, like, I can't forget the pain either. Anyways, I don't know why I'm saying that. This is also the energy of a platform. And how much do I love the Emperor and the Empress working together? A lot. This is where other people are looking up to you because of actions that you've taken. It can be the words that you speak, but the words that you speak are, you know, in some way you are talking about actions that you've taken. Like, how did I arrive to where I'm at? And then you tell the story. What am I looking at? Six of Wands. Over the World. Next to the Wheel. You know, and it's like this person's on top. Not only is he on top of the platform, but there's that line again. So I'm not eliminating it, right? Because I can't. But I'm using it to my benefit. I'm using all parts of myself. All my experiences. Maybe to help others. You know, I feel like the Empress and the Emperor both love helping the underdog. And again, because it's a soulmate type energy, you're going to have similar type experiences. You know, different but similar at the same time, if that makes sense. Okay. And let's just do one more. And then we'll read Mother Mary. You know, I say one more, or whatever wants to come out. Whatever wants to come out now. The High Priestess, your intuition. The High Priestess is your GPS for this lifetime. Remember that. trust your instinct overall. You know, it reminds me of like watching like Jeopardy, or like in the morning, I like to watch, what do they call it? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? It's one of my favorite game shows. I don't know why they don't bring it to nighttime. But Regis always says to the people, go with your first instinct. That's what the High Priestess is. It is your first instinct. Because we can have, as a human, a tendency to start to overthink something. Trust your gut. You know, and remember, like, God didn't just throw you down into this lifetime. This is a tool. This is a muscle. And the more I use it, the stronger it becomes. So I feel like as these new things start to enter your life, just trust your intuition. Again, if it's something of a negative nature, there's no way you're not going to know that. It is going to be up to you to pay attention to that flag, you know, whether it be red or white. The High Priestess. Connected also to the soulmates. That feels kind of beautiful to me. But what's underneath that? Your major arcana. Okay, so let me kind of wrap this up in a nutshell. I feel like two things are coming your way. One, potentially love. And I say that because it's a soulmate energy. Number two, I feel like it's a potential to bring a dream alive. A wish to fruition. It is going to take your action. Right? You need to step forward in it. You got to be like the fool and take that leap of faith. You got to also, that fool is right next to the death card, so you got to be willing to close those old doors. You know, it reminds me of like my closet being stuffed, because I have everything that I've ever owned in that closet. And then I want to bring in my new, like my fall wardrobe. There's no room. Right? I need to take out the summer and the spring and then put the fall wardrobe, and I need to make room so that new can find me. It's like I'm telling the universe, I'm open. Right? I cleaned my closet. I'm open to allowing you to fill it. Pisces, I loved your reading. I love all these readings. I always love these readings. But I, in particular, really love this reading. I feel like this might be one of the potential of one of your best readings that I've seen in a while. I feel like it's super clear. Now, that doesn't mean it's clear to everyone. And by the way, you know, let's say you're still stuck back in these swords. Well, this may help you to clear some of those swords, and then you may need to rewatch it to really understand it. But nonetheless, I feel like communication's coming your way. An Ace of Pentacles is coming your way. What you do with it is up to you. The Fool says, take a chance, take a leap of faith, take a chance on you. Take a chance on you. Take a chance on me. All right, let's read Mother Mary. And present moment. You receive this card as a gentle reminder to keep your focus upon this present moment right now. Have you been reliving old memories, rehashing ancient wounds, or projecting yourself into the future? If so, you're missing out on life, which occurs in the here and now. That's what those swords are, right? Mother Mary guides you to enjoy the present, no matter what's going on. As you learn to extract the joy and blessings hidden within every experience, you feel continuously fulfilled in the moment. Amen. Amen. I loved it. And I love you. And I thank you. I thank you in every single way you help my channel. I thank you for your donations. It is you who keeps this channel alive, and I could not be more grateful for you. I thank you for sharing, for becoming a subscriber. If you enjoy the readings, if you don't enjoy my style, I'm okay with it. It's like to each their own. But to those who do, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your beautiful comments, and your comments to each other. And sometimes I feel like you guys will have to let me know, but I feel like sometimes there may be a soulmate within the comments, because my male population has grown tremendously, and it's almost an even mixture of female to males. So you never know. You never know. So speak to each other. You never know. Because a lot of you have gone through the same experiences, and that's what I feel here. Like similar experiences, maybe in different ways, but still similar. So, I don't know. I'm not saying like the comment section is a hookup place. But I do feel like, and maybe it's just for this reading where I'm really, because I don't talk about that very much. I probably said that maybe once or twice in the many, many years I've been reading tarot. So, who knows? Who knows? Just be open. Be open to whatever, right? To whatever. Because again, I feel like what's coming in starts through the line of communication and then blossoms into everything. All right. I love you guys. I thank you. And I will see you next time. Oh, by the way, for those, I've had a couple of people ask me about personal readings. If you just look right below in the more detailed section, all the information is there for you. And I've had a couple of people ask about how to join my membership program, where I have a couple different tiers. Just same thing right below where, it says more. There's a little join button. Click it. It doesn't commit you to anything. It just shows you the different tiers. And then you can make an informed decision from there. But, tier 2 of the tiers, we do go live. One tier is like an occasional invitation, but another tier is we go live. We do live streams where I answer all your burning questions. And I love the group of people we have, and we're always open to more people, you know what I mean? Because I feel like we're all soulmates. And I don't know. I just feel like some of the readings that happen within the members only readings are mind-blowing because they're so clear. So clear. So anyway, that's available to you also. Other than that, I thank you. I love you. I couldn't be more grateful for you. I pray and wish that this finds exactly who it's meant to find and give you the kind of life that I feel like it has the potential to give you. All right, I'm going to stop talking. I will see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.